information provided on the Gravy Gang Guild podcast or any external branch related to this podcast, including Discord and social media platforms, is for entertainment purposes only. Nothing herein should be construed to be financial, legal, or tax advice or any advice for that matter. The content of this podcast is solely the opinions of the show hosts, who are not licensed financial advisors or anything of great importance, and does not reflect the opinions of our sponsors, who know not what may come from our mouths at any moment. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
And now it's time for Gravy Gang Guild Live, the show that really gets your gravy juices flowing, now extra meaty, with your hosts, Mystical Oaks, Gala the Kid, Gala the Gal, and me, Crypto Euclid. So sit back, crack open a can of our homemade gravy, and enjoy the show.
Hey, what's going on, guys and gals?
Hello.
We've got
Gravy
the wonderful
people.
Carrie Allen.
Hello. Hello there.
Hi, Carrie.
Gravy. Hi. You guys.
Yeah.
I was listening to that disclaimer and I was thinking, you should listen to my advice. Maybe not financial, but the rest, my life advice, it's good.
Is it? Well, hopefully you'll share some with us tonight.
All right, maybe.
Maybe. You toss it out there, but then you don't want to do it.
Yeah. No, it'll probably happen. Man, have you met me? I just start talking and I never stop. I need to be stopped.
Unless you're doing karaoke.
Then I'm stopped rudely. Let's not talk about it. Maybe we'll be able to relive it in a better way next time.
I thought it was great. I think I was pulled out like right before the end finale, but I was trying to sneak back actually.
It went on for a really, really long time after you left. Really.
Don't tell me that.
Really. Like painfully long. Like I feel like everyone was like, we can't leave yet. And it was just like, yeah. And then and then one more song. I was like, seriously, one more? Who? Like, I was even at the point where I was like, it's bedtime, y'all. It's bedtime.
Oh,
but yeah, I think it went way long after you left. I remember you leaving. There were quite a few people still there where it was like, we're going to do the last song. Lies. Mm-hmm. It was all lies. It didn't end. I think that the DJ, I quote in my fingers, the karaoke DJ was trying to win back the favor of the drunkards.
Well, I was half drunkenly in my room in the dark because Wendio was sleeping and I was searching for the key, like a blind person.
Oh no.
Trying to sneak out of our room. But I couldn't find it.
Those little eye cover things so she can sleep in when the lights turn on.
She sleeps with one of those.
I called it. I also like those things, but I'm like, Wendy, she sound like somebody's gonna have that. She come prepared.
She's prepared.
For sure. Oh my gosh. I feel like I haven't talked to you forever, like since last year.
It was last year.
I know. Time flies.
That's a long time, isn't it, really? Like, I remember when the first time that I spoke to you, I think was in the gamer job that you used to do. And, yeah, like, you're always, like, flat out busy and stuff. And I remember first talking to you, I'm like, oh, this chick's cool. Because most of the other people in there are a bit weird. But you're actually, like, welcoming.
Some people are just weird in real life, and then that transfers right on over. And then, you know, people are awesome both ways. I'm a winner. Oh, I really enjoyed like doing like events and stuff in real life, and so it really did just transfer for me when I was doing Gamer Jive stuff. I just made it feel like I was in real life, even though I was virtual.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like as someone walks in a door, like quote, in real life I would like instantly eye contact, hey, how's it going? Like no matter what, like always. And so same thing in the virtual place. But those were so fun. And then also I don't have to like wear pants. So I can talk to people still. I like it.
So how blown away were you then? Like, did you get to see all the sets and everything being made for the Galaverse, or?
I didn't go that early. Thank goodness, because I'm sure it would have been put to work extra then. But most people didn't show up till like the day before, and just a handful of people were on site while it was getting built, and like it was put up in a silly record time. So like I think they were there like a week out, and the majority of this stuff happened like within like a few days. Like they built the entire environment and all of that stuff like
It was super
crazy
impressive.
fast. Yeah. It was, they said that like the biggest event that hotel had put on, and it used more lights than any event ever had in Vegas's history.
Crazy for Vegas. So.
Wow.
Right. I feel like they have a lot of lights there.
I know.
A little
Like, how's that?
disappointed.
How's that
Like, we
possible?
need you, Vegas. Do better. Come on.
And how did you figure that out? Like whoever was putting it together, called
Yeah,
and said, "What is the record number? We want like 10 more lights than that."
right. So I'm assuming, and I could be totally wrong, but there's probably like, oh, Guinness Book of World Records with this number, and so people probably know that. And the production company that we were working with, that we still are working with, they of course knew exactly how many lights they had, so they were able to have this number. And then they're always around Vegas, so they're probably always trying to like reach for the stars and really get that record built up. So I'm guessing it's something like that, or if not, they need to step up their game and get it in the Guinness Book of World Records. Come on, there are
Yeah.
far weirder things and less cool.
Definitely.
So
I
yeah,
was looking up some of those.
out of all the props and everything they had, Carrie, which one would you want to take home if you could pick any of them?
Regardless of size.
Yeah.
Okay, because they were big. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, it would be kind of cool if I could have I mean, if I had a place to put any of these things, like the rotating gala symbol that was in the middle of the main hallway, that was pretty dope. But smaller so it could fit in my house. Or if I was just being like, if I were like a quadrillionaire or something, and I had my own like special like buck and bronco rodeo thing, I would prefer it to be the chicken.
Yeah, the chicken was super cool.
Make it like a mechanical bull.
Yeah. Mechanical chicken.
So you can ride it. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that is what I would do.
It was
And it would
so
just be in
slow
my
though.
game room. It would just be in my game room, like with all my other fun games. But it would be like the belle of the ball.
But if Chris gets on your nerves, though, you could just get on top of it and ride around and peck him. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yes. But then it's a robot chicken, and I feel less comfortable with that. I'm cool with mechanical bull style because, stationary, they can't really get around. I control them. You got something that's going to chase somebody else around, that implies robot, and I'm not ready for that yet.
Have you done a mechanical bull? Like, do you have a mechanical bull in your living room?
No. I wouldn't do that.
Have you done one of those?
No, I haven't.
Me
but
either.
I would like to do it. Like, where are they? I only see them on TV.
Hello,
and that's
the
why
next
I have
Galaverse.
about them. And like, man, it'd be cool if I could ride a mechanical bull, but like, you can't. I don't even know where to find a mechanical bull.
I think you find it in the Town Star Bar next year.
For sure,
this
I
year.
should suggest that to do the one in Florida.
Yes.
That sounds great. And I think it could be done.
Of course.
I wonder what the liability issues would be for that, having like a mechanical bull.
Whatever. You have to just sign your life sign. It's the same for anything else. So we just be like, here, sign here. And they're like, what's it mean? I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Shh, just sign it. And then they're going to ride the bull and have fun. And it's going to be fine. Probably.
Yeah. It'll probably be fine.
Probably be okay. I love it. I want to ride a bull now. I think I would be probably good at it, but maybe not because I'm old now. So I think I probably would have been good at it when I was younger. Let's just be honest.
I think you still got it.
I mean, with one hand, don't I have to hold on for like 12 seconds or something?
I mean, you're asking the wrong person. I've never done that either. So.
Oh, right. We're blind leading the blind here. We don't know what's happening. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
Dude, so you know what I heard about you, Gala The Kid?
What's that?
Uh-oh.
I heard that that you're not allowed to have virtual reality stuff.
How do you find out about that?
Bro,
Yeah,
I know
so I'm I'm a real reclusive sort of person, and like I'm pretty well like introverted to the point that my wife sees me occasionally. So she's worried that if I get a VR that she's never going to see me again.
Well, she could just go into the VR.
Yeah, she'll have to get one too.
Yeah, that's what I joke like that. But then we got a 7-year-old and he's obsessed with games, and she's worried about him wanting one, and then we're just like a
All
virtual
live
family.
inside. Yes, the virtual family inside the metaverse. Dude,
It might
so
work.
some people like that is like a straight up legit fear. We recently got an Oculus, which I think is super awesome. But like doing like research and stuff about it, people are weird. They go in there and they don't come out. Like they literally like sleep with the thing on their face.
No
And they
way.
go into places where you sleep with other people with it on your face. Like straight up crazy. And like, but I get it. Like like you're being, around people without being around people, and it does feel like there's connection and stuff there. I play it. I have it for just the games. Like
Mhm.
any game that's like this, you can play with your friends. I'm like, meh. I don't have any of those. I want to play the games by myself. So
Yeah, what's real life
yeah,
friends? What's that like?
yeah. I don't know, bro. I can't come up with that. Is that a thing? I'm not really sure. Actually,
Yeah.
I'd
Well,
have to
see,
Google it.
if Chris had one too, though, and since he's traveling, then you guys could, you
That's
guys could,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, but to do normal stuff in there still is weird to me. Like just to like for those who are maybe out there listening, it's weird at first. Again, we've established I'm old. So like maybe it's different for like way younger people or teenagers. But the first time I did it, I couldn't be inside and I just refer to it as inside because it's very meta for me to say that. I had to take it off within 2-3 minutes because I felt weird, like I was going to throw up on everything, and like just completely weird. Like it's your senses are weird. It's like you're for the first time your brain is reacting to something that it can see and hear, but that's not actually happening. And what your brain does is it tells your body to feel like the things are actually happening. And when that first happens, you're still like, or at least I was very much aware, and so it
Mhm.
made me just feel weird. And Chris had the same experience, so like we could go in for just a couple minutes and then we just put it down and
Right.
stop. um, I still haven't been able to make it through a whole roller coaster ride because of how real it feels. And like
Yeah,
it
I
gets
did
to
that.
a point and you're just like, nope, and you like rip it off your head so that you can like not throw up in your living room.
The roller coaster was weird. It was really
Yeah,
weird.
it's super like it's weird. I mean, I get that's why your brain does it, but yeah. Um, and then so I'm gonna embarrass myself a little, but no one's gonna, bring it up
Yeah,
later
no.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We'll
We're
edit
totally
it out.
we're in a safe space. Oh, so I like horror movies and I like weird stuff and like scary things and jump scares and stuff like that. So
Mm.
I thought, oh, it would be so cool to get one of those haunted like mansion things where you like walk through in the Oculus, and like you get scared. And I've watched people on YouTube like do this and react to it. Super
Mm.
hilarious. I'm like, I wouldn't be like that. I would do this, la la la. I'd be so much better. So we get one and I can't do it. It's
What do you
like,
mean?
okay, so the first time, there are like two separate stories about this because I have tried twice now. So the first time I was casting what was being seen in the headset onto the television, and Chris went in first. No, I went in first. He was like, "You go in first," so like he could see what I was seeing on the television, but it's not the same when it's in your head. Okay.
Right.
So like I get into like just the front room where you have to like choose which part of the house to go into and stuff, and like you have to figure out how to like pick up a candle and set it in the weird occult thing, and then the Ouija board does stuff. And it's all very real, and it's like 3D all around you. Like you turn around, you can see things, and the sounds are really crazy. So like you're instantly immersed in what is happening. And I made it into like it took like 8 minutes or something just insane for me to make it through like a foyer because I was moving so slow. Like I was so afraid. You have a candle that like lights your way and you just know something's going to come get you, but you don't know what. And then like what made me stop the first time was I got to like the next door and the door like creaked open. I was like, oh God, there's going to be something there. There's going to be something there. And like, I'm like fully like, and Chris is outside watching and just laughing hysterically. Like I can hear him just laughing hysterically at me, like crouched and like freaked out, like watching me. And and like then the door. So then like I see like a flash of a thing, like a maybe a person or a ghost or a goblin or the devil. I don't know what it was. And like it made me like jump back and scream because it was so startling. And Chris said he didn't see it on the TV, but I did that, and then like I instantly just ripped the thing off. My heart was beating so fast. I was like, I can't do it. I can't go back in. I can't do this. And Chris was just, he was like, it's okay. It's not real. And I'm like, you don't know. It's like, it felt crazy real. So,
Oh my God.
yeah.
That's hilarious. Did he
Too
try
much.
it?
He did. So his thing was so very different. I moved slow, like inching forward, right? Like
He ran.
he ran. So like 100% opposite. He goes in and he went into a different area. He went to like this carnival thing. Turns out they time you. Of course, I didn't make it to the end. So after 8 minutes in the foyer, they're probably like, well, we just don't need to time this lady. So Chris like goes in and I can see the TV now. So like I'm watching what he's doing. It's still hilarious because when like something falls near you, you crouch as if it's gonna hit you in the head. And like or you like step on things and it's weird and stuff. So like he's like literally running through things as they're like falling on him and he is like just like screaming, like but just running like straight through. No regrets, like complete opposite of how I handled it. And so the dogs are freaking out. He's trying to run through to make it and like get all the way there to the end. And he gets like to a point where there's like stairs and he's like making the movements with his feet. Like he's literally looks like he's like going down the stairs and we don't have a full tracer. It's just the normal Oculus. But he was like, going, oh my God, it feels like I'm actually going down the stairs. My body doesn't know. And like, so he's like running down the stairs in this haunted house, running through things. There are like babies laughing and like little evil babies coming out of the corner, jumping. Like some things are just jump scaring me on the TV. And he's like moving around. It was so hilarious to watch. He gets to the very end of it. And that's when there was like, it was like, congratulations, you made it through in this time. And I'm like, oh, it's a timed sort of thing. Because that wasn't going to happen for me. And then
So
yeah.
You didn't try it again and run and just run?
Chris left on Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
So since then, so since the first time we did it, it's been like 2+ weeks and I haven't tried again. Every time I get into play, I'm like, should I try it? And I'm like, nope. And then so Chris left and I was like, well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go in. So I played some Beat Saber, which I'm amazing at, by the way, because I'm just good at hand-eye coordination. Way better than I thought it would be, actually. Super fun. But I played for a little bit and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm feeling pretty good. And like so I work myself up. I get into that first room and like instantly the fear that I had before just washes over me and like I can't even go forward. Like I stood there for a second and I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. Like I'm afraid to open that fake door. And like I'm like talking to myself about what I'm not able to do. And I'm like, you're ridiculous, Carrie. You're being ridiculous. And then so like I tried a little bit and then I had already forgot that the clock fall over like right at the beginning, right in front of you. And that happened and it was loud. startling.
Oh my God.
Took everything that I was wearing, and I was like, nope. And I ripped it off and then left again. And I was particularly sad to tell Chris because I was intending to be like, I totally went through the haunted house by myself,
Right.
but I didn't. And so he laughed at me. He's like, you were trying to do it by yourself? And I was like, yeah, I couldn't.
I feel like out of all the games you could have picked, though, you picked like the most scariest one, like
Yeah.
for your first
I
experience.
might have.
Have you done those haunted house things in real life?
Yes, those are cool.
Yeah.
That's why I thought I'd be better.
Right.
I was not good at it. I was quite disappointed in myself.
So it's nothing like the real ones.
No, like it feels, I don't know, I think it feels literally more real inside the headset, which is crazy, but it's just because your senses, like my brain doesn't know what's, like it's telling it fight or flight based on its cues that it's getting. In a haunted house, like in real life, there's still like this suspension of disbelief that because of, how things look, created,
Right.
like they're still a little fake. So I have to have that suspension of disbelief to really, like, have jump scares and still do that. But there's still like that pinky toe that I'm keeping right, very well knowledged reality that this is a haunted house that I just paid $20 to get in.
Right.
So like I think that it's like just strangely more real. It's weird.
I went
It
to
is
a really
weird.
scary one. It was a corn maze though. It was outside and it was pretty scary. But
That is scary.
my 7-year-old, I think he might have been 6. Anyways, he's the one who wanted to go to it. I told him it was a bad idea. He did not listen, and I ended up running through it holding him as he's yelling, "I want a refund." So, because you had to just go one way, which was through it. So, yeah, we haven't been to one since then. I think he's
I wish we
I
had
think
cool
he's
stuff like
starved.
that here.
What?
I said I wish we had cool stuff like that here, but like even Halloween and stuff's not really a big deal here.
Oh yeah, it's crazy here.
Yeah.
It's,
Like
it's like
Midwest loves some cornfield mazes. Those words
Those
are
are
hard.
scary. Yeah, like at
Yeah.
night in a
I
corn
can see
maze.
that being way scarier than a haunted house because, like, haunted house, you're gonna get like neon lights.
Yeah, you've got the
Those
black
don't
light
happen in
paint.
real life. Yeah,
Right.
all this shit doesn't happen in real life. Not even in horror movies. Corn
Yeah.
maze, weird, creepy scarecrows. Well,
Yeah, there's like guys running out with chainsaws. Like they really make. Someone
that's like
said
real
that they
life.
got punched. Yeah,
No.
the person, one of the employees was talking, and they're like, "Please
Oh,
don't punch
fake.
anybody." And I was like, "Does that happen?" They go, "Yes."
Well, people, it's feels real.
Yeah.
And if someone comes at you and your defense is to punch instead of like duck and bob and run, then too bad for that guy. You got to
Yeah.
pick your things a little better. Yeah.
Yeah. Read your people. Don't jump out with the chainsaw in front of that person. Maybe.
Yeah, there should be like a sign up at the beginning where like people are tagged and like, all right, the next 20 people come through. A couple of these guys look like they might be
Right.
pumping something. Maybe you should not jump out at them. Repeat, no jumping out of these people.
Yeah. Something like that.
I haven't been to a haunted house in several years. To some big ones. They're fun to go to the big ones in the city. I think I'd be brave enough, but now after going into the virtual reality, I feel like it's just my life has been a lie. Maybe I don't really like all those things. I'm sticking to the Beat Saber. That's fun. Chris got some kind of murder people with knives game.
Oh my God.
But I'm not really good at those kind of games in VR. Like it's hard for me to like figure out how to move around and just do anything. And like after like 10 minutes of being like, I can't open the door, I'm stuck in here. Then I like stop playing. I told Chris, I was like, I tried to play that game and I couldn't even get out of the stupid house. And he was like, oh, you just have to do this. And I'm like, that was not clear.
That is so funny. I was going to ask if you had done any escape rooms, but it sounds like every VR game is an escape room.
They are. And I had to recently Google how to get out of a damn game because that wasn't clear either. Like I'd just be stuck in there and then I ended up pushing like the main power button on the headset try to get out because I was like, why? I don't want to be in here anymore. And that's when you have to rip it off. Where we got this space game. That's cool. I can only be in there for like 15 minutes at a time now, though.
Yeah.
Because it really does feel like you have no gravity. Your brain tells you weird things. And I can almost navigate, like, so I could be an astronaut and stuff and like go out and fix space junk. So
you should get Chris. You should get Chris to pick you up and just carry you around, so it's like you're floating in space. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Come get me.
Be like, turn me upside down. Yes, that would be super fun. I like it. Dude, they a little bit of both. Oh, so in Platinum, when I said Florida, that was the last I heard for the other Galaverse. I'm sad because now they're saying it's San Diego or California. I'm sad.
Me too.
I don't think that that's wrong. I think they're probably right. Because
I
literally, like, things change over and over and over again all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, not as good at telling people where things are going to be yet. Because they might change again.
I know. Well, let's hope they change it back to Florida.
For reals.
Can we vote on that? Can we node vote on?
Like, I would like to put the location, just not California. Can we just
it was way over there on that side of the U.S. last time.
Could it just over there? Let's switch it up.
If we can vote, I'm gonna pay people to vote for Australia. Just so you all have to come here.
That seems fair. I mean, if we all did go to Australia, can we even get back out?
Right. Can we get in? Can we get out?
Lock people in if we show up there? They're gonna be like, here's your new place of quarantine. Enjoy your stay. You can never leave.
Well,
we'll have a 2-week Galaverse in quarantine.
Yeah.
After 2 years, they're starting to calm down just now. So.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, that's why like a lot more people are planning to go to Malta because they changed to. They didn't completely relax all of them. People like they relaxed their rules, and I'm like, well, they still require COVID test recently, like within 72 hours of arriving or flying. I don't know, bro. It's all very stressful to even look at, regardless of vaccinations, but they do not require proof of vaccination. So that was the only thing that changed. But so like now Malta, but there's still, if you show up and you don't have proof that you recently took a test that says you're good to go, then they will quarantine you for 2 weeks at your own expense for $100 a day, but they will give you breakfast.
Well, where do they quarantine you at? Because that's not a bad rate for like some hotels.
It might not be. It's probably like a school building where like you have to share a bathroom or something down a hallway.
No.
But I don't know. I didn't look into it. It was like at your own expense, but we do provide breakfast. And I was like, all right. At least they got a fortunately, unfortunately going. Yeah, nothing else. $100. You can't go to the bathroom. Sorry. But yeah, I think that so a lot more people are potentially trying to go. It still just seems stressful because a lot of the stuff is like, if you don't have the EU version of this, too bad, so sad. Right. And so like you have to be really careful, or like if you have a flight layover in a naughty country, so the color schemes for them are so weird. So red, that's okay. Dark red, bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, really, guys? Like you have 2 colors and it's red and dark red? Are you trying to fearmonger? Like what's going on? Red makes people angry. Is that the whole call here? You could have been like blue and yellow.
Right.
But no, you're like, if you're in the red areas or countries, and there's a whole list of countries like, United States, France, all the EU ones basically. And then there's another list that are dark red.
Yeah. So if you're in the red, you're okay. But if you're in the red, it's no
bad.
good.
No good at all. Then you're automatically quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds like
reading through stuff, I was just like, this is insanity, everyone. Insanity. Can we be less clear? No, we can't. Like trying to figure out things. I was like, I'm going to need a support group after just figuring out how to do things to get
I know.
places.
Just traveling to Malta is kind of a big deal. So then you add all the other things. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's giving me the anxiety.
I know. It's coming up soon, though, isn't it? What is it, like 45 days or something?
Shut your stupid pie hole. Sorry for my outburst.
No, I'm told that all the time.
You're like, oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, I'm not super excited. I'm also going to VCon, which is in the United States, so that is considerably less painful.
What is that?
It's the big famous people crypto conference with influencers in Minnesota inside of a football field. Yeah.
Okay.
Um
All right.
yeah. You should look it up. Apparently it's a big deal. Like I did a quick Google search and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And like
Cool.
the gala, we're sponsoring some like big stuff and there'll be like big name people there and doing like big talks. Like some people I was surprised even know what an NFT are. I'm like, oh, you're a famous person, you know that? Cool. That's cool. So I mean,
What's a famous crypto person, like anyone that wears a Bored Ape hoodie or something?
that's pretty much all you have to do. It's true. Because then everybody knows you're a millionaire. And you're cool
Should you wear one then?
You just have to wear one as your face while you're there. Now, like the list for it were like normal famous people, like Kevin Smith. Do you know that guy that wrote those movies? He's going to be talking. Like I think Mila Kunis was on the list, so just another actor there. Who else? Like I flipped through like a couple weeks ago because I was like, I don't even know what this is yet. But to be fair, I don't really leave my house a lot.
Right. Well, now you're doing all the things.
Yeah. Now it's nuts. Yeah, so like on the main page, there's like a Bored Ape as like the main picture. Oh, then there's that one guy, that YouTube guy. Oh, Stevie.
That one guy.
Snoop's gonna be in there. Yeah, the one guy. Oh, that guy. Yeah, some of them they're going through the pictures so fast. They're like scrolling through, and I'm like, oh, that guy, Jake, that one guy, that guy, Jake, somebody. Oh, that guy. Oh, and that guy.
Oh my gosh.
I know a lot of these faces.
You just don't know their names.
That's nothing to say about them. That's just me.
Right.
So if someone's wearing like a Vox Dragon hoodie, do they rank the Bored Apes?
They should.
Yeah, that's what I agree.
Know what's good for them. For reals.
So what game are you most excited about, Carrie?
All right. So puzzles are super fun. I've been actually getting to play with those. So that is entertaining. It's true. But as for like actual games and not AI overlords, I like the Walking Dead one. I like that it's in third person, where it's like that nice view where you're far away and you can see your cool. Like I've been seeing a lot of videos. I don't know what we've even shared with the community. It looks really awesome, and to be able to like see your character and chop zombies' heads off, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that you can do that. Yeah. And then they also have like the world building aspect to it. So it's not just like only run around, like you have to survive. So you have to, and I like the idea of that too, where you're like, building up your place and then, fortifying it and then getting more supplies so you can build up more. And then there's also the teamwork side of things where if you have more people working with you, then, obviously you can build a larger settlement and you can do more things and you have more protection. So I think that's cool too. Yeah, I would say that one right now, just because of the type of game it is. But if I think about some of the other ones, okay, so some of them in my brain right now, I can't say because we haven't said anything about them yet.
We'll edit it.
Yeah,
We'll just take that out, you guys. It's no big deal. Just go right ahead, Carrie.
yeah. Why are you
Leak
saying?
all the things.
Why are you saying we
I
for
don't.
Oaks? Yeah, if you say
Oh,
edit, you're
Yeah.
editing, not me.
yeah. Oh, me? No, I
Yeah.
would just,
Mhm.
it,
So
We're
I've,
just a
I'll just,
beep.
yeah, I'll just
But yeah,
go.
there'll be a lot of things announced new at Galaverse. Like we're kind of
Oh,
holding off and waiting on that. So there'll be like it'll be, you know how like last year's Galaverse it was like, whoa, all of these cool things are happening. It's gonna be
hmm,
like that, but more.
okay.
So, and like the plan also is to, let Galaverse attendees be the first to know, just like we did in December, and
Hmm.
then get that information, released out across socials and update the website with all the stuff so that even people who aren't there get to know pretty quickly what's going down.
So, how much
Because
money is this going to cost us? I mean, to not go, but to buy the thing.
to to buy the tickets.
No, to buy all the things
Oh, to
that
buy
you
all
guys
the
are going to
things.
announce
Okay.
while
So
people are there.
there are twofold on announcements as far as leaks. There's going to be games announced, and then there's going to
Hmm.
be games announced that also have sales. They are
Okay.
not all having sales at the same time.
Okay.
So there are definitely going to be things that
Hmm.
you'll be able to purchase, providing not between the changes. Like
Right.
maybe everything will just be like, oh, you can't do it. We're gonna have
Right.
to wait. It's like, who knows? Um, to
Hmm.
be able to like share and talk about and get ready for. Um, yeah, like, and there's just gonna be other announcements and stuff there too. So it's gonna be a little bit of a whirlwind of craziness.
I mean,
Gallivers.
I would expect no less.
We prove that we make an interest and then make a memory,
Right.
and then we're like, "Outie patati." We'll be
Like twice a year.
yeah, right? Twice times. Not one time? Okay. Like yeah. So and I am not really planning, like try to keep ducks in a row for things that we'll be announcing, to make sure everything is going to be on the up and up for all how that is going to run. But
Mhm.
as far as like the big activities, like it's going to be super amazing and awesome. But I am not actually planning any of that.
Right.
But that's okay. And then yeah, like in my brain, I want to be like, we should start thinking about the one in December, and we're not even to the one that's coming up yet.
Right.
So that's why it's just crazy that it's two at the same things. But we have a lot of plays. So we have way more than we did when we were like last year playing Galaverse when it was full of us.
Right.
We,
Things are growing.
yep, we have grown greatly, man. In the last year,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more than 300 and less than 400. I'd have to go look. I don't know what the
Crazy.
number is anymore. I know I feel bad because like generally as new people join, like I got to know them, had a little meeting with them. I was like, hey, what's going on? When you're in Discord, just be yourself. And if you don't know the answer, just be like, I don't know the answer. And then go find somebody who does and it's cool. Um, don't say bad things. These are your bad things. And then they'd be like, cool. And then it became so many people that now like I see names in Slack and I'm like, who dat?
Right. You don't even
Who
know who
dat
they are.
boy here? And then they don't follow Slack etiquette rules, and I
You're
want to
gonna
get them because
you're
then
gonna
they
have to
don't
make a
participate.
tutorial video.
I know.
So you can, yeah, so you can just
Like
like
every other week, I put an announcement in the main channel that says, "Hi, all new people, welcome. If you haven't already, put your contact information in the contact sheet. Update your Slack profile to say who the hell you are."
I
Like
don't even
I don't
I
say it
can't.
like that.
You
Gala
should though.
Discord is even too much for me lately. There's just so many
It's a lot.
channels. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is so much a lot. Like I only honestly pop into very specific ones now. Like platinum, obviously,
Mhm.
gold if I'm forced to. Uh, no, I pop in and just see how it's going. And how it's always the same. And then I go in here and now to answer questions because that's where newbies show up. And, it's actually, pretty nice in that channel. And then I try to pop through at least quickly, the discussion channels. And yeah, that's about it. Like, I don't really look in all the suggestion things anymore, but those get tracked by other people now. So I used to literally know everything, and I could probably like get an A- on a test about Gala now, but don't know everything.
Throw a question at her, GTK, that she wouldn't know.
Oh, you jerk. Why would you do that to me? Well, if you ask very specific games about, or like about Townstar's gameplay, I wouldn't know because I don't play that because of time. But Chris does, and he has all of my NFTs.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my Vox walk around his town.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're cute. He likes to show them. He's like, "Do you want to see your old man and say hi?" I'm like, "Yay!" So I have a cute little old man box from the Townstar box series, and he's got like a bald head with like the C around his head, like where they keep that hair right above their ear.
Right.
I don't know why, but they do. But he's got that little white tuft there, and he has a little corncob pipe
Oh, yeah.
that he's smoking. He's so cute. He's like my little farmer man. He likes to walk around. He's cute. And then I have my Miranda's fox that looks just like me.
Oh, yeah. Did you buy it or did
No,
did you get?
I got lucky. It was so funny because I had a box. I mean, I didn't choose her. Secondary market. I chose my old man fox. He was the one I thought was the cutest, and I did choose him. But yeah, I opened up my Vox for Miranda's, and like I didn't really. I just the most important thing to me when I was thinking about it when I was opening it was that I liked it, and that it was like me. And that I was like, I just want it to be like, one that I like feel happy with. Don't care about the rarity so much. It's like I just want it to be like cute and stuff. And then I open it up and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Oh, I love her. She's got dark hair and it's like split down the middle like mine. She's wearing a cute little green dress and she's packing a huge freaking meat cleaver or something. Like, I don't know. It's a big thing. But yeah, I'm like, oh look, it's kind of like me. She's the best. Look at her weird little pixel boobs.
Go ahead and get like a meat cleaver and take a picture of yourself.
I should. I'm gonna get like green fabric and just make a little outfit like she has on. She's a human provider, and I identify with that too. I'm a human provider. I help provide things. So yeah, I felt really happy. I don't think she makes very much as far as like that, but she is a girl, which made her rarity a little higher.
Hit us with some of this life advice. I'm dying to know.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's see. Life advice from me. I feel like
Wait, do you have any music, GTK? Like some dramatic or any kind of like music set up to play for leading into this?
I can do like
it's gonna be like a clown car.
I can do like one of these after she says something. And a pause.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So, life advice. So these are literally things that I feel like I tell people all the time because I deal with people all the time. And like one of the big things when you're dealing with humans is just to remember that they're human. And you're like, that's stupid, Carrie. But no, what I'm saying is so specifically, if you got anger coming at you, if people are all hot and they are like want to murder you, maybe not literally, you should run if that's the case. Life advice.
That's
hashtag.
true. Yes.
So
Run.
yeah, run.
Solid.
But like if someone's just being like just awful to you, just don't engage. Like at all. Like just wait. And that doesn't mean don't engage forever.
Right.
But don't engage right then. So things can go so much better if you just let people have a chance to vent, chill out, and then come back later and be like, hey, how's it going? Everything cool now? And then like I would say 99.9% of the time, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm cool now. Like cool. It's like the fire. Sometimes people are they just need to flame a little bit, I guess. It's okay to let the fire go out by itself. You don't have to try to pour water on it, because half the time that shit's gasoline and you just read the container wrong. And so you don't need to be getting into that. What else is other good life advice? Eat meat.
Okay.
Just eat it.
All you vegans out there.
We've only got one vegan.
Plants have toxins, you guys. If it's hard to poop, it's probably because you have too much fiber, and you have to poop it out. No one wants to poop a lot. Okay.
This is true.
I mean, maybe somebody does. I don't know.
In other words, don't eat vegetables, so they're no good for you.
I don't think that's
like
exactly.
hashtag life advice. Oh, technically, vegetables might not be good for me. It's sad.
Is it a good idea to harass Mike Tyson on an airplane?
I think he would like it. He seems like a pretty nice dude. I know he's like, probably been hit in the head a few times, but honestly, like think about this. Harass like in a rude way? No, never do that to a feather human. But harass like in like a playful way? I feel like yes. And the reason is because I bet famous people don't get treated like normal humans a lot. And like it's probably refreshing if you're like on a safe place like an airplane where it's very controlled, you don't have anywhere to go, maybe you're sitting next to this famous person, you could be chill, like instead of
you
weird
should be chill if you're sitting next to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, don't scream, loud movements, bad call.
Just chat with them about pigeons and things like that, like that.
Pigeons.
I know, I'm sure he'd like that.
Yeah. But I'd probably be jovial with him, assuming that he'd be nice. But I also have this thing where most people are nice to me.
Yeah.
I think that is probably just because I'm nice to most people. Can't be an all or nothing kind of gal. Sometimes people deserve a stank eye. Hashtag life advice. Don't let those people bother you.
What situation would that be? What situation would you get a Carrie stank eye? I can't even imagine one. Because I know that at Galaverse you had some people calling you old.
That deserves a stink eye. Come on now, friends. Don't hurt my self-esteem like that. Generally, my stink eye happens often, but because I sit at a computer and I can stink eye all day and then I can say nice words.
Right. So no one sees it except for Chris.
Knows what's happening. Yeah. And sometimes Chris will get, because he's funny, like an eye roll where like I'll almost fall over and I'll be like, do you see that? Do you see what just happened to me because of you? And he'll be like, what? And I'll be like, I rolled my eyes so hard that I practically lost balance. we have fun. Sometimes he is deserving of eye rolls. I'm like, really, bro?
That's funny. Yeah. An eye roll's not too bad.
No. Other life advice is don't fucking click links. And yeah, I had to drop the F-bomb on that. Like,
yes, that deserves it.
Yeah, like, y'all pay attention to me when I say this. Don't click links. You get an email from Amazon and they're like, hey, there's something weird with your account. Don't click that link, even if it looks real. If you think there's a problem, exit the email, go to your Amazon page, sign in, and check to see if anything's awry. It probably isn't. Same thing for Discord messages. Why are you clicking links on people that you don't even know? Stop that. Like, dude, I feel like people that do that, how do they brush their teeth?
But I won. But I won a sweepstakes on Discord.
No, you didn't. You didn't win.
Oh no.
You're probably a loser. Clicking the link. Stop it. I don't know how to like warn people any better, and it really does make me a little sad and fearful for how they navigate life.
Right.
Because I'm not like, I don't know, or would they be like the little kid who like a van rolls up and they're like, hey, I've got some candy. They're like, woo! As an adult, Like, still, just no scruples of understanding. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah,
It's hard.
don't pay with FPOS at all. Just use give us your card details and your special number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah,
And if you see a van, get in there. There is lots of candy for
there's
sure.
definitely. I'm saying as an adult, you should definitely get in that van. There's probably like fun
Absolutely.
stuff they do. If they're like, I'm going down to the river, dude. Like, I'm in. Let's
Let's
party.
go.
Let's do it. Yeah, but seriously, don't click links. Like, I'm really crazy about it to the point where even if I really want to see something, I can't. Like, I physically, like, my finger will like get a little triggery, and I'll be, don't, Carrie, don't. It's like an internal battle with myself, and it's because I've seen so many people go down so hard, and I joke, but it could be easy for anybody to just be like, oh, I kind of know this
Yeah.
person, and click the link. I get it, but hold yourself back.
Yeah.
It's like, and then tell your grandmas too, because seriously, and your mothers, they don't know. They don't know this. Like, I used Amazon as an example because I watched a scary YouTube video about a very convincing fake link for Amazon that shows up at the top. And they get taken care of generally pretty quickly if they're Amazon, but it, for all intents and purposes, looked just like the Amazon link below it with all of the imagery. The link looked correct, but the only thing was, is on Hover, the link was, a
Yeah.
million characters long. Clearly not going to Amazon. And like the person doing the YouTube video, they were on a computer that it was safe for them to click on the things, and then it went to like, instead of Amazon, it went to like, literally it looked like a page from the 90s, internet 90s, which it's really hard to even picture that because it's been so
Yeah.
long. But
I
it was
know. I'm like,
really
what is
that
that
bad.
even?
Yeah, like no pictures, like things were like square, the text was weird. Like there was like, it was weird. I was like, what just happened? Your computer broke, sir. Um, but yeah, like they tricked a bunch of people, so it sucks. People,
It's easy to trick people. My
yeah.
mom once called me and she's like, someone keeps calling me and telling me that there's an arrest warrant out for me in Washington State and
Oh
I need
no.
to send money. I'm like, Mom, have you even ever been to Washington State? No. I'm like, okay, then don't answer the
Yeah.
fucking phone.
There was
Block
I
the
got
number.
I got one for, so Chris and I have different last names, but I got a call for me, for Carrie. Like they asked for me, and I was like, "Hi, this is Carrie." And she's like, "Yes, Carrie, I was calling to let you know that your husband, Chris Allen, that's not correct. He is going to be like, it was like wanted for something, and I was like, oh no, you don't say." Like I already knew that it was crazy, and it's
Right.
like, you have to like call this number, and then you can pay to make sure that he gets it taken care of, or we're gonna send a warrant out. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
no,
what she got.
warrant.
That must
No.
have been like a scam going on,
Yeah.
but it was for her. Yeah.
So,
What?
like, it was weird because it asked for me, but then talked about Chris, but with the wrong name. And then at the end,
Right.
I was like, this sounds very crazy, but there's nobody by that name that lives here. And they're like, oh, we're sorry. So we hung up and they called right back because they thought they had the wrong number. And I was like, same number. And they're like, oh, so I just confused the shit out of them
Yeah,
because that is the way to
that
do
is
it.
the way.
Yeah. But, and
Scam
then,
the
like,
scammers.
our old people, they don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
my
if you
Wouldn't it
have
be
grandmother
that.
funny?
my grandmother
Oh,
used
go
to have
ahead.
this one call up, and they would be like, "Oh, your internet's down," and then she'd
Oh,
she'd call
cute.
me up and be like, "Oh, my internet's not working. I need a technician." I said, "You don't even have the fucking internet. What are you talking about?"
I know. Well, they're definitely not working. She had that much right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was right.
There was no
I feel
internet in
like
her house.
you should somehow be able to send the scammers a link and be like, "Here's all my, my information," and then they click it and then they're fucked.
Everything's,
That's,
yeah,
yes.
there are dudes that are smart enough that do that. If like you're super bored on YouTube, you can look up like scam the scammer, and you'll see
Right.
a bunch of just dedicated YouTube channels where they do that. And like, it feels good
Yeah.
because even if they're taking down like a small little operation, they're able to like get money back for people whose money was stolen, and then like just watching them like clear all of the information on their computer while they think
Hmm.
that they're stealing money from you,
Yeah.
like it's very nice feels good to watch. So much satisfy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a virtual Robin Hood or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. I like it. It's true.
It's nice.
Let's
All right.
see. I'm trying to, without, giving too much away about things and stuff.
Things and stuff.
While you're
Uh-huh.
thinking about that,
Unless,
Carrie, can I ask you a question?
yeah.
So in the Gala Discord, I know that there's been a couple of people that have complained about like having a couple of day ban and all that sort of stuff. Is there certain requirements that, like guidelines that you go under for doing that sort of stuff, or how does that work? Or is it just up to the
So
individual?
basically most of the bands, and like we keep track of everything really well, so like we're able to like, it's like, because sometimes people be like, I got muted, and I'll be like, ruh I can go in and check the log to see what happened, and I'll be like, this is what you did, you were naughty. And so most of the time, like mutes are what we use a lot, and that's just for like, being rude and not constructive with your criticism. And that could be as small as putting a poop on a post or a penis emoji. And by that I mean the eggplant. So
Right.
like those things, like a lot of times I don't mind when people are like thumbs down things, unless they thumbs down it without reading the context of it, and I can tell because they come in quick. Because then that means they're only thumbing down the thing because they don't know how to work their notifications. And so I instantly just see those people as stupid. And like I've explained several times, this is how you work Discord. If you don't want to be pinged because you're annoyed at announcements, here are the 3 different things that you can do to make those pings go away forever. But instead, they choose to like do negative things. Now, if you're like reacting to something and you're like, this is the worst ever, do it. That's totally acceptable to me. I'm cool with that. But then things like poop or thumbsing down just on the women's posts for no reason, like those are just advertising women. If you put poop or a thumbs down or an angry face when I'm just saying, here's the next Web3 women thing, go check it out. There's a 15-minute interview. I'm not selling anything. I'm just trying to like support. We're just trying to like, put things out in the universe. You gonna be a jerk about that? We're going to mute you because you need to sit in the corner and learn about how to react in society with human beings and not be such an ass. And so that's all it is. It's literally just like, think about what you've done, simmer down. Like this Discord is a privilege. It is not a right. This is a run space. This is not just an open place for anybody to come in and be rude. Like you don't want to go to a park and have half the people running around naked just because they can and then have children around. Like there's a level of decorum. And so that's like the least offensive way that you can get a mute is like if you use an emoji that is inappropriate or rude. There's also the middle finger emoji. We frown upon that as well. So we're not trying to be like super PG or anything. We're just trying to have constructive criticism and conversation. And like if you are mad at something, instead of pooping on it like a monkey, why don't you come into the conversation and talk about it and explain what you're feeling, like with your big boy words. So that's all we want. We want there to be communication over just splattering of like, you don't even care enough to even like write a sentence about this. And then like I will go look and it's almost always those type of people. They've never said a word in Discord. And they only do negative emojis. And then I'm like, your life must be the worst. And I'm sorry. And I would give you a hug, but you are pooping on everything right now. And I don't like that. So I get it, but we do have to do that. Now, if you're banned for something, it's possible or more likely that you got banned by a green name who just came in, saw you say something funny, even if it was a joke, and banned you without a second thought. And if that happens, and it has happened before, and they were to send me a message or their friend reaches out to send me a message, and I don't have any kind of log of why that person is banned, I always just let them back in.
So if
you're not taking the time to keep a note at why you banned a person, then it must not have been that important.
Right.
So if we done like a coordinated strike to the Discord with dropping gravy gifts, would that be a bannable, like a timeout offense?
I don't for dropping gravy gifts.
Yeah.
I feel like that could offend maybe like vegans.
But we've already suggested that they need to eat meat in this
They do.
Carrie life advice, so I feel like
Right.
let's
Eat more bacon.
Right.
Bacon.
It could be veggie gravy.
So yeah, I don't think so unless like it was misinterpreted as being rude for some reason, and I'm not sure how it could be because gravy's amazing.
Yeah, who doesn't love gravy?
So we wait for Bitbender to get in the chat, and then we're like, "Hey, Bitbender," and then boom, like 100 gravy gifts.
Well, Bitbender loves gravy, so I think
he would just like, I feel like he would like put up gifs of like him like drowning in the gravy, or like swimming in it. He'd be like, "Yes, give it to me, love it." Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably pretty safe. I mean, during AMAs and stuff, I think they might actually just turn it off now, but the gifts were it's just hard for the people in the AMA to keep up with the chat when it's a lot of gifts and then find the actual questions in there. So I think they just started turning them off, the mods, so that like temporarily, which is super sad because I think and breathe in GIF. Like, how else am I supposed to communicate with people?
Like, they're fun.
Words are weird, right? Pictures, great. So I think they did do that. But as for everything else, like, I'm very pro GIF. I'm pro having full conversations in GIFs. I feel like it's the way.
We've had a few GIF conversations in Discord, and they've always been fun. So
yeah, I like it.
So
I enjoy coming back through and seeing the conversation that I missed that was in GIF form so much quicker. It really gives sense for how people were.
It's like a book with just pictures. Yeah, yes,
it is. It's like a picture book, if you will.
You can scroll through a lot quicker and get the gist of the situation without reading the actual wordy words. It's much better.
I don't even need to know the words. I know what's happening here, and if I don't, I'll be better. Right. Then I get more creative in my head.
Exactly.
I like it.
Just make it how you want it. It's good. We probably talked about this because a long time ago, you and Chris were on the Gravy Gang podcast before we took a break, but that was so long ago. I don't remember your answer. So what is your favorite gravy?
Oh, definitely like the white gravy, like with black
Everyone
pepper.
says that.
But I also like it with like, so either with black pepper and sausage, or if there can't be meat in it, then just the black. I like the black pepper.
Yeah, you got to have the pepper.
A little spicy on my tongue, and I
so
like it
country
to be
gravy,
thick enough, to like put on my ribs, like literally just slap it on there. Like I want it not falling off whatever I'm eating it on.
You put white gravy on ribs?
No, like my literal ribs.
On your actual
if I were to take some in my hand, I should be able to put it on me, and it just stays there.
Okay, I got you. So Carrie wears her gravy. Okay, got it.
Well, if you're not wearing it, you're doing it wrong. Hashtag life advice.
So I remember
advice.
Chris was brown gravy because he's weird.
Right.
Just an FYI. Yeah, so
I could tell that about him.
Yeah, totally weird.
I could tell.
So I remember the last time we spoke, you said that you're living out in the sticks. Are you still out in the sticks, or are you more like in the city or something now?
We did. Man, I feel like I don't know when I talked to you guys last. So we might have been. We were in the high mountains of Colorado for a long while, and definitely out in the middle of nothing. There was nothing. It was 12 miles into the road from out in the bowl into the mountains, and it was only one road in and one road out. Not great for fire danger because then there's a bottleneck, but yeah, so that was definitely very isolated. And then we recently, not super recently, like it's been more than a year now, 2020, at the end of the year. Yeah, 2020. So we've been moved. We're in Missouri, which is in the middle of Missouri, which is still kind of in the sticks. Like there's literally sticks, right outside our house. The woods are right there. But we technically live in a town, population less than 3,000. So
nice. Well, that's a pretty big change from nobody, though.
Yes. So the difference is like it is a little substantial. Like the town that we lived in before, it was like 146 people, but within everybody living in the mountain area, like in a 5-mile radius, right in the mountains there, it was probably in the winter about 1,500 or so. And then in the summer, closer to 2,500. Because all the California people who owned the houses in the mountains would come be there in the summer.
Right.
So yeah, still more people here, and like stores, like there's a Dollar General and Family Dollar and everything. It's a dollar. Like they're very
all the dollar stores.
They're all here. And then there's like a grocery store, but it's like a little family owned thing.
Oh wow.
We've got the Dairy Queen, like the one that you stand outside that's only open in the summer.
Oh my
So sometimes
gosh.
you can go down to the Dairy Queen. It's right across from it's right next to the store. Yeah.
The store.
Yeah. And there's no stoplights in our town. Right. There's a 4-way stop with a big thing in the middle where the Christmas tree sits in the middle.
Nice.
And that's where the highways cross through, and they're tiny highways, but they still count.
Right.
And yeah, no stoplights, so that's nice.
So are you a community gal now?
Yes. It doesn't take me very long to get active in a community.
Do you lead the bingo? Like what?
Oh my gosh, I will now. That's a great idea. I used to do that in Crestone. Like we would have bingo nights with old people. I loved it so much. And then before that, yes, I love old people bingo so much. It's so cool. Plus, they have hella good snacks at like the VFW where there's bingo always. Mm-hmm.
It's usually a bar, right?
Yeah, there's definitely a bar and good food and bingo and old people with like crazy makeup and extra long fingernails and like back then smoking cigarettes inside. They might still let you do that in the VFW because
the good days.
But yes,
it's like grandfathered in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you take that away at that point. You can't. You're gonna take that away from that old guy who killed probably a lot of people.
I think I was in like 3rd grade and we did one field trip and it was to the VFW. So it's like a bunch of 3rd graders in with a bunch of old men in a bar.
Funny.
The weirdest thing ever.
That's a weird thing, yeah. Yeah, because they're just like a big bar space, but the VFW, priorities. Bingo, fried food, and beer, and cigarettes.
So, how many people have you converted over to Gala in this small town?
Probably just a handful. So normally when we talk about it, everyone is very interested, but also very Midwestern and like, oh, that just seems crazy to me. Like, they're like, you're into that crypto stuff. Like, it's really like to that point in like gaming. I got kids that would like that. Like, so, and then like even at our church, everybody's like, they all like to hear about it, but they're like, it's so weird what you do for a living. And I'm like, I know. Because around here, everybody's like a farmer or works at the Dairy Queen. So, so it's a little bit bigger than that. The teenagers work at the Dairy Queen, and there is like, there's the new Mexican restaurant that's pretty good. And because the old one didn't make it, but I think it's because they all moved back to Mexico. They were really nice though. Like we hung out in there with them.
The family was authentic and good. I just went to like the worst one I've ever been to in my life. So I don't know if it's just like a northern thing. Like maybe they don't even understand it. Yeah, it's just too far away geographically, or if it was just, some kind of just random shit Mexican restaurant. I don't know. I'll let you guys know though when I go eat another one.
Gross. I hate it. It's so sad when it's bad, but that's how you check. You walk in, and if there's a vibe, and if that vibe does not exist, then you just walk out.
I wish I had.
Yeah, because like around here they're pretty good. Like many of them are like Tex-Mex style, because we like to have that extra oomph in there, and there's cheese on everything. But there are also the very authentic ones that don't even have cheese in the building.
Right.
Like they are like that authentic on what they are serving. And then we have a diner, 2 diners. There's the morning diner and the evening diner, Judy's Diner. and
Oh
a
my
side.
gosh, a morning diner and an evening diner.
Yeah. And so you got your fried food for morning and for evening, and you're all
Right.
set. Oh, and
Like,
also, when I moved here, I gained like 100,000 pounds because of how delicious the food is. Straight up, though, it is delicious. It's like your grandma making you like delicious fried food every day. What? And then followed up with some cheesecake and maybe
oh my
a chocolate
gosh.
chip cupcake with like a Oreo cookie on the top. Yeah, that's like there's no lack of deliciousness here. No.
You just have to beat saber a little bit more.
Yeah. I've gotten to I probably have to do more than just a little more to catch up or to ever eat a cupcake again.
Oh
Like
my
that
gosh.
they were so good though. Now I'm thinking about cupcakes.
You're like,
What a,
no, I need to go get a cupcake.
no, nothing is open past 8 here.
Oh,
Come on.
okay. Yeah, that would be silly.
Like literally nothing is open here. Like the store, everything's closed. The Sonic, I think, stays open till 11 on the outside of town
Sonic
for
has
the
fried
highway.
food. You good to go.
Yeah, and ice cream for when the Dairy Queen's already closed because it's run by teenagers. But yeah, it's super tiny, small town living, and people like just order Uber Eats. I'm like, that is not a thing. Like, there's
Yeah,
no
people don't
Uber
understand.
here. There's no if I need something like I could like walk to the gas station, I guess. Like, but generally I just like drive to the Amish store to pick things up, which is like right outside of town because we've got
Yeah,
Amish everywhere. It's that slow moving. If you're in
that's
so much of a
interesting.
hurry that you can't wait for a horse and buggy, you got to reevaluate your life.
I'm moving to like an Amish area. I saw horse and buggy signs, but I have yet to see the actual horse and buggy. So,
Oh, you will. Oh, you will.
mm,
They are everywhere.
the
Sometimes I
population of my town is 357.
ooh, but I bet there's way more Amish than that. You don't ever know how many of them are around because like they have like huge like how their families work and they're all like slightly different. But around here, there's a lot. They
Mhm,
have enough to have a store on each side of our tiny town, which is like less than a mile big.
mm.
And then like less than 10 miles away there's another Amish store, so that means there's more in the area. But they're also very friendly and everybody they always wave at you when you pass by and they're always so very nice and at the store and I like them.
I'm just gonna roll with it. I think I'm gonna get a horse and buggy.
You should, and then you can
How
just feel what it feels
fun.
like to have to
Yeah.
leave 8 hours before you need to be somewhere. It's not efficient in that manner. Like, that's what I'm thinking on the highway, like, when I pass, like, I went to the vet today, and it's 17 miles from my house to the vet, 3 towns over, but through, like, these insane hills and winding roads and very thin, not paved since, like, the year 1900 roads. So they're kind of mildly dangerous, too. And there's always horse and buggy on them, and I'm like, "You're in the middle of nothing. There's nothing anywhere near where are you going? Why
The
are you
vet.
out here? What could you have possibly needed out here?" Like, that's what I'm always, like, very worried or wondering, and, like, one time, I saw a horse and buggy, like, pulled over on the side of the road because their wheel had broken, and I
Oh,
don't know if
oh.
you have a
Yeah,
horse and
what do you
buggy
do? What
in your
what
brain
is
right now, but it's a really thin, super thin, big wheel, so if that breaks, I don't I don't know what happens. Like they were just on the side of the road and it was on like the a 4-lane highway. I'm like, how did you even get out here? What
That
are
is
you
so
doing?
weird.
So yeah, I don't know. I had so many questions and like, I was going the other way, so I couldn't like turn around and be like, can I ask you a bunch of questions?
Right.
While like you're in an emergency right now and it's like hot outside and you've got like probably a pregnant lady in the back or something. I was like, I really need to know, like, do you guys prepare for this? Like, that wheel is
Right.
so thin.
Do
Like,
you have a spare wheel?
yeah, like, how does this work? The spokes are not even held in with metal? What is happening here? Yeah, so, but they're super nice. So if I were to stop and ask, they would probably tell me
Right.
all of those things. So I like it because they have good animal products that I can get. And so I haven't had an egg from a store that wasn't the Amish people since we moved here. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
I went into a gas station and it looked better. The stuff looked better than the grocery store I normally go to. So it's kind of like, all right, I could do this. This
Yep,
looks
that's
good.
weird too. Like here, I don't know what state you're in, but in Missouri, you can buy alcohol literally anywhere.
Oh.
Like, where in Colorado, you can't. So
Right.
in Colorado, like, there's pretty stringent rules. Like, it has to be a liquor store. There are no sales on like Sundays. Like, it has to be closed at a certain time. Like, can't be opened until a certain time. Missouri, no. You want to drink 6 o'clock in the morning? Come on in. Let's
Yeah,
get
it's
drunk.
different. That's the
It's
weird thing about the
crazy.
states here.
Exactly.
Like, you're traveling and, like, we ended up in Paducah, Kentucky once, which is a dry state. I'm like, "Okay, where do I need to go to get alcohol? Like, where is the closest?"
The whole state
Just
is
point me.
dry.
I think it's I don't even know. I don't know if it's the whole state or just that.
Maybe
I
a
don't
county.
know. It's this
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was a dry county. And then some places you can buy it in the gas station, and then some places will look at you like you're insane, and yeah. You're like,
Yeah. Like, we
I just
walked
wanna."
in the first time I walked into the gas station when we were driving to move here, and we had just crossed into Missouri finally, and like we stopped to go pee and like came back out and I was like, there's alcohol for sale in there. Why? And he was like, oh, Missouri, I think you can just buy it anywhere. And I was like, what?
Yeah,
And then like we go to Walmart for the first time and there's a whole freaking section,
I know.
like huge, huge section. And I was like, this is crazy to me. And it's just because it's never ever been
Yeah.
anything in my
And then
brain.
some states you're in, there's a huge section, and then it's roped off on Sunday because for some reason on Sunday you're not allowed to buy it, but any other day it's fine. So,
Weird. The rules are so different.
I know.
I'm like, come on, can we all get together?
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's decide on something. And while we're together, can we all just decide to go ahead and pass that
Mm.
potentially pending law of our stupid time zones? I don't know if you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
heard, but that has passed the first
Mm.
one, the Senate,
Wait.
and then it goes to the House. Is that the first way? Senate and then House, or House and Senate? I don't
Mm.
even know right now. It's too
Mhm.
late for my brain.
Which was
Anyways,
the yeah.
so yeah, somebody pushed it through to try to get the time zones to stop moving. Just leave them. Leave all the time zones the same. And it's just going to be darker sometimes. And that's fine. We can all deal with that. And so it has to be like thought about. The last update I saw was like a week ago. And some stupid person was like, well, we really have to evaluate how it's going to affect people. And I'm like, better. It's going to affect people better.
Uh,
I was like, seriously,
oh,
like
wow.
they're stating reasons, like examples of why not to or why
Mhm.
to do it is because it messes up everybody's sleep schedule for at least 3 or 4 days after it happens every time. And that's not like the hugest deal, of course, but it can be like there's more wrecks around that time because people are more tired when the time changes and they're not used to when they're going to bed and getting up. And so like it actually has like good reason to just leave the time. And then if you want to be at work and it be darker because you're a farmer, then start at 10 o'clock. Just switch it up. The times don't matter. It'd be nice if the whole world just picked a time. It would be weird in our brains to get used to. Like if I had to go to work from 3 a.m. until 7 a.m., at first you'd be like, this is weird. But it's really the same time.
Mm.
It's nine to
I get
five.
confused like scheduling the podcast because here it's Friday and over there it's Thursday, and it's like just does my head in because it's like
Well,
not.
you're
Yeah.
just a weird wizard.
Right.
It's like 9:30 a.m. when we start the podcast here, and it's like what 8 p.m. your time or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 8 p.m. Yeah. That's funny. It's all weird.
Yeah,
But
it's weird to me when it should be the same. Like,
I
wouldn't it
read,
make more sense just to be like, it's 3 a.m. across the entire world right now, and it doesn't
yeah.
mean what the day or time the light is outside. It's just that is the number that we have given for this time.
It
It's
would
just
be easier. It would, I mean,
yeah,
like, because I have
and
friends in
it
California
wasn't.
and I go to call them and it's actually like, 6 in the morning for them. It's normal time for me. So I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and Australians
so
like a
that's
struggle.
it would
So
be nice just to know.
Right, I know. I read something where they're messing with the work week now. I mean, it doesn't affect me because I work from home and all the days are the same, but I think they're gearing to like a 4-day work week because they figure that people would prefer that and they can get the same amount of work done. It doesn't matter if they stay longer, they'd rather have like the extra days off. So
Yeah,
that's
I
interesting.
mean that checks out. They do
Right.
that to children now. Like most of the schools are 4 days.
Yeah, that's cool.
Even in Colorado, like they had 4 day, but on the fifth day, they still were required to show up, get on a bus, and go learn how to ski. So that's fun. So in Colorado, even in the small, very poor schools like that, like all of them around, like they went to go ski and learn how to do it because that was just what you did there. But if you missed, I think that you maybe you could stay and not do that. I don't know. But then I learned here it was the same way, that they don't have school on Mondays. They have it Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
What?
Yeah, not Saturday. So
Could we just make
Tuesday,
bankers
Wednesday,
work hours that were normally off, though? Because it seems like the services that you need to use are only available to you when you are supposed to be working.
Yes, I agree. Change approved.
Okay.
That started.
Someone found the gavel. And I just realized, GTK, that way back when you were supposed to do the cheer, that never happened. But I only just now realized, so maybe.
That's funny.
The advice was really good.
Cheer. Maybe that's it.
I didn't want to wreck it with a cheer, that's all, because it was good advice.
Oh, okay.
If she was like 8 vegetables or something like that, it would have just been, which one? This one.
Right.
No.
But she said 8 meat, so.
So you should have cheered. You should have been like, "Wah."
Yeah, I got to get quicker. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Ooh. Tomorrow. Oh,
Look at that. A man who admitted his bad. That's amazing.
No.
We'll clip that part. I'm going to clip that part.
We should remove it.
Evan Wave said in the chat that we need more Amish in the Gala community.
Me too. How do we get them on the Gala?
I mean, why aren't they already on the Gala?
So out of all the different countries, like obviously America would probably be the biggest community in Gala. What, like as far as metrics and everything, what would be like the second biggest?
Probably Korea.
Yeah, I thought as much.
There are a lot of people there that also love Gala. Man, I feel like those are always the two biggest things. UK is pretty good size. Also, like there are quite a few people there that dig it. Then what? I mean, Australia is just, it's in there, it's just lower because there's just less people.
Yeah.
Generally. Like there's a lot of folk in the United States.
Per capita, it might be pretty big.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we're the ones that are getting the timeouts a lot.
But yeah,
I got no proof of that, but I'm guessing that we're probably up there.
No proof, but you're gonna state it.
Yeah,
sounded good.
Because I feel like we say different terms than you guys, and like some of the things that we say might be found like offensive. So,
I'm never offended, so there's that. But I do get asked all the time, do you so funny, do you think the Americans would find this offensive? And I'm like,
the answer is yes.
Yeah, I said I'm the worst person to ask this because personally, as an American, no matter what you're about to show me, no. I was like, but yes.
The answer is yes, whatever it is.
It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a picture of your grandma.
That's right. Someone would be offended for sure.
So you just have to watch it. So yeah, we are a lot of times they're like, I don't know if we should share this. I'm like, well, sometimes I have to just be like, oh yeah, no, we can't do that. I'll be like, no. But then sometimes I like to just be like, let's see what they do. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Let's see if this tickles them in the wrong way and see how much I care after that. So yeah, for the most part, I feel like everybody's offended by everything always now. And it's so weird because I'm like, it's so weird because I'm like, who cares? Like, why do you care? I don't understand.
It's sort of like a different mentality here.
You have nothing to care about?
Yeah, it's like American culture in general, as far as I can tell. It's like you get attention from being offended, where like in Australia still it's more like just push it down, son, push it down. Like don't worry about feelings, they're not helpful.
You're like that describes like the country, the good old folk of the world who's like, just push it down and just deal with it. We
Yeah,
gotta
well,
move on.
like if you showed
Show.
any sort of like weakness like that, like you'd just get heckled. So if
Yeah.
if you got offended out with your mates, like they're just gonna heckle you all night about like anything they can come up with, you know.
I like it. I
Yeah.
think that is better. That's how I grew up, and I'm
Yeah,
fine.
me too.
Right?
Yeah, we're totally fine.
Totally normal, you guys. Yeah, I think a
Absolutely.
good amount of friendly heckling is how you have fun and how you know who your people are.
Right.
If you're not being heckled, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
/ you're being offended by everything. Stop that.
Right.
Just stop for your own good, not for mine.
So
For your own.
we won't try to keep you around for too long, Carrie, because we're already at 1:20, like an hour and 25 minutes. So do you have any outro at all that you can drop at all, or?
Let us see here. So, I mean, there is more expansion coming from Gala in the near future.
Nice.
That will be, yes, exciting, maybe surprising, and maybe just, that makes sense to some. And
Okay, so a
I
theme
will have
park.
a big thing to do
Boom.
with it. Man, that is on the list, friend. Okay? I can just see
Nice.
like a Gala, like a wheelie thing, the slow
A
one.
Ferris wheel?
There we go. Thanks. I'm doing really good right
Please
now.
no
Maybe
Ferris wheels. That's like the only ride I hate. Please.
why would you hate it? Just because like the possibility of getting stuck.
I don't mind getting stuck. It's just annoying. I'm always in one with someone who decides they want to like rock it as like when
Oh,
you're up at the top, and
you need
it's
better
just really
friends.
annoying. Yeah, well, one of them got. I mean, I'll do roller coaster. I threw up on somebody on a Ferris wheel. I told his
You're
ass not to rock the thing. Yes, I can ride roller coasters and everything, but it's just I don't like it. I don't like them. Don't like them. I don't like to be
But
up that
so
high. I
still,
think just stuck
Ferris
there.
wheel with the Gala logo instead of like a wheel. Wouldn't that look cool?
Yeah,
That's
it
all.
would look awesome, but I'm not getting on it.
I won't make you get on it this
I'll
time.
get on it if you don't rock the stupid cart we're
Or
in when we're at the very
like
top.
we could do like my mechanical chicken bull thing could be like a ride, but
Yeah.
like cooler, and maybe there could be like a roller coaster involved where like
I
you
mean,
come. I'm like
yeah.
building it in my head.
I'm down for any of that stuff. Just no
Yes,
Ferris wheel.
Have like a Dodgem cars, but with the chicken robots. That'd be cool.
A what?
Yes.
A
I didn't hear
Dodgem
you.
cars. I think he's called it bumper cars or
Oh,
something.
bumper cars. Yeah.
Yes. I love
That's
bumper
fun.
cars.
I love it. Me too.
Because when else can you just ram your car into someone?
I know.
Never.
And everyone looks at you like they're so annoyed. I'm like, it's bumper cars. Get over
Like,
it. And then I just ram them
get
again.
out. Like, get out of the thing. What
Oh,
you're
you
looking
don't like
for,
me
sir, is
ramming
a
you?
racetrack. Like, you're looking for the racetrack. That's 3 rides down.
Right.
This is bumper cars. I'm serious. And then you put on your goggles and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Your driving gloves.
Yeah, exactly. You're real serious showing up for these bumper cars. You've got a pink lady's jacket on.
You find the one person who looks like they don't want to be in there, like they're just there for their kids, and then you just target them the whole time, just bumping into
You're
them.
made of beautiful evil. I love it. It's
So
awesome.
would there be a shooty booms ride?
There would have to be, or I will be talking to management. I will Karen up all in this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shooty booms. I love people that still bring it up and think about it, and then like in the chats there'll be new people and they're like, what is shooty booms? And I'm like, it will live in infamy. Whatever.
Noob.
It's like a love-hate name too, because like some of the community love it and then some just like despise it.
Yeah.
Tell what type of person you need in your life by that.
I love the name Shooty Booms. I
You
reckon it's
need
cool.
to do a check on personality. You ask the questions. What do you think about shooty booms? How they answer that is of the utmost importance.
I like the name, but I don't like it for spider tanks because it like, okay, so here's my deal. I'm
I wouldn't have worked for that
straight
anymore.
face trying to tell somebody what I'm playing, and I'm like, no, I'm just playing a game of shooty booms right now.
That's what the point was, so like that was the whole reason behind why I thought it made sense, because when they originally started with the plan, they were doing weird little joke things, like you had capture the chicken, you had the chicken tank that shoots eggs out of its mouth, like all like those were the things that I was like really focusing on, thinking that they were going to lean on like the inside jokes, the hilarity, the super weird kitschy fun stuff that's not like that's like, yes, we're still a serious game, but we also like to have fun. And that's where I thought, that's why I was like, wow, the name is perfect for this. But it turns out they went more, I'm a professional esports player, which is totally cool. But yeah, I agree. After what it's morphed into from before, Shooty Booms would not be appropriate.
Maybe while you're waiting, maybe it's like a mini game of Shooty Booms and it's
Well,
all just funny.
they released this, I think like a little like snippet or something, but there is a little space, a practice zone, a practice ground. I don't know, but it's called Shooty Booms and it's like an old west town.
Yeah, how cool's that? And you termed it.
Yeah, and I don't think it's up and like working yet, but they wanted to do a little tribute to it, which I think is way better. So it's like you have like a little area to play in by yourself to like go target practice.
Yeah, target practice.
Yeah, so and it's Shooty Booms, so and you can see that it says Shooty Booms like in an old town. So it's super cute.
It is cute.
So, and I'm just appreciative that like the guys wanted to do that because you know they knew where the thing was going. They knew what types of tanks they were going to make. They knew things that you know, of course, I didn't know in their brains, and so they knew that like you know calling it Shooty Booms ultimately would not work.
Right.
And so like I agree with the decision at the time. I might have been salty,
right?
But that was only because where I thought it was going and what it was going to look like, it would have been a better representation for that, you know, for a more
back then, GTK used to change the name, our Spider Tanks channel, to Shooty Booms all the time, and I would change it back to Spider Tanks, and then I'd go in there and it's Shooty Booms, and I'd have to yes.
That's awesome. I love it so much. Yeah, I have like people in the community who would like just be like Shooty Booms for life. And like I have like memories of like everybody changing their name to Shooty Booms. And it was just funny because I decided to campaign for it because I was like, this game it's hilarious. It's gonna be perfect for this. And so I made like a little video with my video editing software that was like basically doing that. And then so I would drop that around and it pissed so many people off on the team because they're like, why aren't you being serious? And I was.
Oh my God.
100% dead serious based on given information.
Yeah.
That they were
don't be
trying
so
to go
sensitive.
funny. Yeah. And I was like, I am being serious. Shooty Booms is awesome. We got a weird chicken that shoots little eggs out its mouth. You capture the chicken. It's like super fun. It's like Shooty Booms. Like you run around playing Shooty Booms. Like that's the feel. That's how I feel about it. And like they just could not get that I was serious and they thought that I was just being a dick. And I'm like, why would I spend this much energy being a dick?
Could you imagine now, you know how they had the esports thing where they were, you know, where Bitbender played on it. Could you imagine they're up there and every other word is Shooty Booms?
Oh my God, I love it so much. I love it. So the reason that I love that is because it brings joy. If every time you say Shooty Booms, if the main problem was it makes me feel weird because I'm not a man, I'm like, you need to look in the mirror and realize that you're a grown adult who's pretending as if a name of a video game that you're playing is a bigger deal than you actually admitting to someone in real life that you play video games. Like, simmer down. The name doesn't matter. Like, they're like, I can't tell people I'm playing Shooty Booms just like you. And I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah.
But you go around bragging about how you play video games all day?
Right.
I feel like you need to reevaluate and look at yourself a little better.
I know, because literally they could have just dropped the Shooty. They'd be like, I'm playing Booms, you know?
Yeah,
they could have made it. I mean...
yeah, anything that you want. But I understand that. But then at the same time, I'm like, oh, so you're bragging about playing video games all day. Got
right.
You. Cool.
Noted. It's in your file.
Yeah.
You drop one poop emoji and you're out, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. I have no shame. I'm all like, I like Animal Crossing. I play it and it doesn't even have NFTs. And I don't care because it lets me tidy up my town. And I like that. And I can tell people I'm playing something Animal Crossing. And I don't know if it's because I'm a girl, but I feel like if I liked something, I don't care what the name is, I would own it. I would own it like a man, bro.
Did you ever play Harvest Moon?
No, I didn't.
That's a really good one.
I should look.
I know.
I am
I'm
bad
looking.
at playing games. I'm bad at it, you guys. And it's only because I'm just used to generally working a lot. So that's all. Like I find myself like just exhausted by the time the day is over. I'm like, I don't want to play. On the
Yeah.
weekends, I've been playing Beat Saber though. I should just get up early and play because it's fun. And
Yeah.
because it's virtual reality, it feels crazy. It's almost like therapeutic in that like you're inside this space, even when you're just doing the beat thing. You can't really think about anything else. So, and if you just go into like almost a meditative state, like just stop trying to think about it, then I find myself being much better. Like if I just let my brain and hand-eye coordination take over, I'm good. If I miss stuff and I can stay in that zone, I can just hop right back in it. If I'm not in the zone and I miss stuff, then I can't get back in. Like it's just then I just start laughing
Right.
until it's
So
over.
as a professional VR player, let's just say, you would suggest that it's very good for GTK's mental health to play VR. I hear you. I'm hearing you.
Short time bursts.
Well, I was
But
gonna
don't
I
sleep
was
in
gonna
that.
say that
Like
my wife's a big fan of Carrie, so I'm gonna like take snippets of this podcast and then I'm gonna play it in the car when we're driving around.
like
maybe
it is
maybe
good.
we could ask her to record something, a special message
Yes.
for
That
you.
I could because like so to be fair, like it VR probably isn't for everyone, but I really do think that it has a lot of positives and then also some weird ass negatives. So you just have to just be aware of that and know yourself. Like for me, I don't really have an addictive personality in any stretch of the imagination. So like even something I really really like, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I've
Like
got a pretty bad
always.
addictive personality, so I think that's what she's worried about.
Yeah. So like that's the thing with me. Like even though I like want to play Beat Saber for like a million hours, once I'm in there, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, and I look at the clock and I'm like, okay, well I've been in for 30 minutes or something. I should probably get out now. And I'm not like gonna stay. I'd be like just a little bit longer because I mean I'm my own person, so
Right.
I'm pretty good at it. So, but I could see how people would just stay in there, and especially if you go into this is a big warning. Go into any of the chat spaces, like the VR chats.
Mhm.
Um, those places, I think people can like I would say, quote, get lost in, and then
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of forget, stay so much time in there that you kind of forget how to real life. I could see that.
Right.
So
I think I was in one like that. It was like a VR comedy club thing. I don't
yeah,
even remember. It was
it's like
weird.
Second Life, but in VR. Like for those
So
who may have played Second Life,
I
which
feel
still
like there should be like things that you can add to it where there's like an alarm that just goes off really loudly and you have to take the thing off if you want to put a time constraint on
oh,
yourself or something like
that's a good idea. I don't think that's a thing because, of course, the Facebook people don't want you ever to come out to the
that.
point where they're offering things like fake job simulation. I'm like, seriously, you're going into VR to pretend like you're working in a
I know.
factory?
Like
That's
or be
weird.
in prison. Like
Yeah,
what
it's
why?
weird. I just,
What?
or like the new big thing that just came out was now you can like work in VR all the time. You just put your VR on and then your desk is there. And I'm like, but my desk is here in real life. I'm like, let's not forget. So it's like really mildly freaking me out because it's very much Ready Player One already,
Yeah,
and it's still pretty early on. So it is weird,
crazy.
but it's really fun in moderation. I
I
would
think they're
say
starting to do it in schools now a little bit because there's some pros with that. Like you can
there are,
travel and
yeah, I
Mhm.
would say do some really cool stuff. Like even just being in the space station is really cool.
It says it helps like enrich the lesson plans because it's not just boring. You're not just like just listening to your teacher drone on about something. You're kind of visually seeing it and like there. So there's
Yeah.
some pros, but I'm sure there's some cons. But
Yeah,
all right,
there's pros and cons to everything, y'all. But yeah,
yeah.
so if I need to talk somebody into getting a little VR, actually maybe rent them. I don't know. Get back after a while.
Right.
Might be a way. Do something fun. Don't get lost in there on
That's a
my
life
account.
advice.
Yeah. Don't get lost in the VR land, guys. It's scary. It can be scary. And don't go in the haunted houses. Just don't spend the money on it. You're not going to go through it anyway. Trust me. It's scary. Too
Chris
scary.
did.
He ran like a girl baby. I turned around like a girl baby.
You should have filmed him.
I think I might have. I can't remember. I filmed him doing, I think, a part of it, which is just amusing. I'll look back through my phone because it was a lot of me laughing, watching him duck and stomp and like try to keep his body as small as possible while standing in the middle of a huge open room.
Right.
And with nothing around him.
God, it's so funny watching people do that.
Yep, that's true. Hours of fun.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, I reckon we're going to end it there. And
okay, that sounds good.
and thanks for coming on anyway. You're always an awesome guest.
Yeah.
Thanks for shooting the poops with me. And maybe we'll bring Chris on and we can talk about more interestinger things.
I love talking to Chris, so I hope that we get him on next time as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was very patient with me once playing Splinterlands for like an hour or something, I think we played for, and I think I won one game, but yeah, he kept playing.
No, he likes like helping, and he always was really good at Splinterlands, and it was fun to teach people that too. So, but you guys, thanks for having me and
thank you for coming
being
on.
like my friend. So
you're
always
you're
a
lot of
friend.
fun. So yeah.
Yay! I have friends in real life.
Yes. Occasionally we see you in real life.
I know. If we've met before, it counts.
Okay, good.
It counts. And I'm counting you by proxy, GTK.
We'll mate one day. I'll eventually be able to get out of the country if they let me.
I will put in good words for you that they should allow you out and then back in.
Thanks.
Take it back.
I'm going to hit the outro music.
Sounds good.